Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Puck and Stuff podcast, episode NFL number 3. 3 as in 3 cups for the Pittsburgh Penguins. That has nothing to do with football, but hey, I'm always on that hockey mindset, that hockey grind set.
The hockey grind.
Sponsored by A Man Can Dream.
A Man Can Dream.
Well,
wow, what a crazy freaking week in NFL.
Every single... I go on my phone for 2 things now. To check my crypto wallet. That's embarrassing.
That's sad.
And to check the Instagram for all the signings that's been happening this week. So, there's been a few things. Just a little bit.
No, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little change in the NFL. Just a little bit since free
Who's this guy that came out of retirement? I've never heard of his name. His name's,
Wait, is it Brett Favre? Because he came out of retirement once. Did he do it again? No?
No, Green Bay doesn't need a quarterback. They need a wide receiver, so I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Joe Montana. He's a great. You could be one of the GOATs of quarterbacks. No.
Did both Mannings come back?
Actually, I wouldn't be that surprised if they did.
Eli's like, I'm back. It's like, oh, okay.
Now, okay, enough with the joke. We all know it's Tom Brady that came back. He was gone.
No,
the GOAT himself, Tom Brady, came back. He spent 40 days with his wife and kids, couldn't handle it, and now he's back at the league. Wow, it took 40 days. He was that bored at home. He just, decided to come right back.
Well, I wonder if it's because too many house chores? I don't know.
You hang out with your kids, you hang out with your wife, who's a model, and you live rich. And he only lasted 40 days until he said, you know what, I want to go back. I'm not ready yet.
I think he saw the Aaron Rodgers signing, re-signing, and it was like, you know what? I want the title of oldest. That's what I think, honestly.
I want the title.
Well, oldest QB, I guess. I don't know. Who's the oldest player in the NFL now?
I would probably believe it's Tom Brady now.
I guess.
Because Brady's over 40 now. Right? Tom Brady should be that old, I believe.
This is a quick Google. I think he's 43 last time I checked.
40.
Anyways.
He's 44. 44,
yeah.
So. Damn. He's old.
That's crazy. It boggles me because it's like, think of it. We've been around since, we were born when he was playing in the in the league. That's just crazy to me. That's just phenomenal.
Wait. By the time we were alive, he started his NFL career.
Yeah. Yeah. That's something I'll say.
Yeah, I call him the GOAT. He's the GOAT to me. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins another Super Bowl this year. Holy moly.
Well, as long as they take out a bit of air of the footballs, and it should be good.
Yeah. So. Deflate gate. Those good times.
So, did I expect it? I don't know if I expect. Maybe I did. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't care because he was never on the Packers, and so I was like, well, just worry about Rodgers. But that was pretty crazy though.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw, even before that, but as soon as I saw that, I'm like, dude, this NFL offseason is gonna be this might be one of the craziest off seasons in a long time.
Yeah, so many changes in the league, and with Tom Brady, I kind of expected it, but I didn't expect it this early. I would have thought he'd wait a year and then come back, maybe wait 2 and come back. Nope, 40 days back, off season. And to be honest, the Bucs looked like they were kind of in trouble because it looked like a lot of guys were on their way out.
Yeah.
And then Tom Brady coming back, and everyone started re-signing. So that's a win for the Bucs. They still look like a Super Bowl contender.
Well, they still got some gas in the tank though, for at least. He'll probably play for another few years now.
Yeah, literally.
I don't think he's going to play 1 year and then retire. I think it's going to be 6. He's probably going to pull a Yarmir Yager where he plays till he breaks his bones and he literally can't throw a football anymore because his body doesn't allow it.
I can see him playing until 50, for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Well, speaking of...
This is pretty crazy though because you think about it. Sorry for interrupting, but it's with NFL players, on average, I think it's 3 years a career is.
Average?
3 or 4, yeah. Which is really weird, cool, because, when we think of that, we think of, the all-star players. Yeah. So, of course, they're going to have career for about 10 years. This dude's got a whole, if this dude was a regular man working a middle class working job, he'd be would pass his pension at this point, pretty much, or almost. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
How many years? 22 seasons. So what?
22.
Three. I think 3 more years he could collect the pension.
Yeah.
Man,
Part of a union at that point.
good for him, eh?
Yeah, the NFL union. Oh, gotta love it.
He
But-
probably saw the gas prices too, and was like, "Yeah, all right, man. I mean, I can't go under 150 million. I gotta keep up to at least 151 mil."
Did you know his wife makes triple what he would make ever in the NFL?
Does she actually?
Yeah, she's still one of the biggest models in the world. She makes so much more than him.
But I never. Well, okay, this is probably because I'm not into fashion. But personally, I don't ever see her modeling anything.
Well, she probably became a business owner and owns
True
some
that,
of that,
true
and that
that.
makes already a lot of money.
So I thought you were meaning in regards to. Oh, that exactly. But I
Yeah.
thought you meant in regards to the career of getting paid for what she was known for, right? Being a model and stuff.
No. I think she's an owner of something. But anyways, back to football.
Good for them though, man.
Yeah,
I respect that.
good for him. Tom Brady coming back, but however, there was a retirement announcement as well for Andrew Whitworth, one of the offensive linemen for the Rams and former offensive lineman for the Bengals as well. And wow, what a career! He ended it off with the Super Bowl, and then
So
called
was
it
a nice
quits.
little
He told
plus.
his kids on the field saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm done football. I'm going to hang out with you guys now." So good father.
I saw that video and I was like, that was a heartwarming.
That's a cute.
It's
moment.
nice. You know what? I respect that. He's a family man. That's a real man right there, right?
That's a
someone
real
who
man.
really cares about their family and stuff and puts them first.
Yeah, what
Gotta
the hell,
respect
Tom
it.
Brady.
Yeah.
40 days, I'm out of the house. I can't.
Also, when do you think Brady's hair is gonna gray? Man,
Uh,
it might not gray for another 10
I
years,
bet,
man.
I bet he uses that what product is that? I'm not even old enough to really know, but the stuff that turns your hair back to the same color.
I guess we'll figure out in 20 years, eh?
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. He'll
Get the receding hairline early, so.
until
that's what I'm getting.
robotic limbs are allowed, he'll come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Tristan, there was a lot going on in free agency, and I think I would love to just talk about some signings.
Honestly, I think the best way to do it is just list them all and just see and just talk about them quickly because there's so many.
All right, do you want me to go off then?
Yeah, just go off, man.
All right,
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, so starting off for free agency, this wasn't the very first signing, but I'm just going to go what my list off of. So J.C. Jackson, a corner for the Patriots, signed with the Los Angeles Chargers for 5 years at $82.5 million for 5 years. Wow. Devin McCourty, a free safety for the Pats, re-signed with the Pats for $9 million for 1 year. Zach Ertz, a tight end for the Cardinals, re-signs at $31.65 million for 3 years.
Cardinals do need better expenditure on their offense, so
Yeah,
I think that works
I
out.
think that was a little bit overpaid in my opinion, but I won't judge. Michael Gallup, wide receiver, re-signs with the Cowboys for $62.5 million for 5 years. And then we had Preston Smith for the re-signing with the Packers for $52.5 million for 4 years. And for the AFC North, the Steelers got a quarterback, Mitch Trubisky, $14.25 million for 2 years. They needed a quarterback after Big Ben, so not surprising. Aaron Rodgers finally got his extension at $150.8 million for 3 years. That's a lot better than $200 million.
Definitely.
Von Miller, 6 years for $120 million. And he went to the Bills.
This was the one that I was like, damn, because
Damn.
the Bills are gonna be, there's
AF
gonna be a lot of tables broken next season. I'm telling you, man.
The whole AFC right now is looking terrifying.
Oh
and
man,
I
Those are
love to
just gonna
see it,
be-
but I'm also terrified.
You're gonna have to I'm gonna have to tune into every single game, every single playoff game, man. It's just gonna be a bloodbath, man. It's just this could be a game. These could be games where they run up the score and it's like a 40-42 game, or it's like a 16-10 game. You know?
Yeah.
So it's
Literally, it's insane. Continuing on, Chris Godwin signed a $60 million 3-year contract with the Bucks, so he got off the franchise tag and got that big boy money. Allen Robertson, wide receiver from the Bears, signs with the Rams for $46.5 million for 3 years. And Juju Smith-Schuster signs with the Kansas City Chiefs for $10.75 million for 1 year. And we have Matt Stafford signing an extension as well for $160 for 4 years. And then Robert Woods, a wide receiver from the Rams, gets traded to the Titans. And mentioning the Titans, Julio Jones released by the Titans. That's very shocking to me because I always saw Julio Jones as like a top 5 wide receiver in the league for many years. But I guess injuries did cause his collapse a little bit, which is still very shocking to see that they released him.
If he keeps healthy, he'll be a great asset on a team that is in need for a wide receiver. So I see that as a win for the career, for his career. I think it works from both ways. And they probably want to change up as well, right? Because the Titans, you know, you haven't gone to the second round in how many years now, right? So.
Well, they got the first round bye, and then they versed the Cincinnati Bengals and they lost. Yeah. So. And they even got Derrick Henry back for that game. So that was a very shocking game for sure. And, wow, this one's going to sting you a little bit. Davante Adams gets traded from the Green Bay Packers to the Las Vegas Raiders for a first-round pick and a second-round pick.
Crying in the club
and then
right
signs a 5-year, $141.25 million contract. So, who the hell does Aaron Rodgers have to throw to?
Well, I gotta say, this is a confusing offseason for me because I really did think that Rodgers was gonna go to Denver. I actually did think he was gonna go to Denver. I honestly did.
No,
he didn't.
Wilson did.
Comes with us. Oh, that's true. Yeah, but he comes with us. Comes back to us. Gets the re-sign. It is a better, friendlier cap, but it's not that friendly. Like.
It's still 150 mil.
Well, you look at Robert Tonyan's 1-year extension and stuff. As well as Rasul Douglas. I'm getting the contract years mixed up here on my notes. But anyways, Rasul Douglas got the 3-year 21 mil, and Tonyan got the 1 year. I could not find the dollar figure, unfortunately, but I think we're going to see a lot more of this of kind of shorter year termed cap hits just because I don't think they have a lot of money to play with. And that's hard, right? You lose Adams, which honestly, as well,
you just
when he
lost
got him
the
back,
best
I'm like,
duo
you're going to try and get him back, but I think he just needs to change the scenery. Probably just thinks that there's nothing can just be done anymore here, and he probably just wanted to, start his career somewhere else and make a name somewhere else, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Respect to that. Yes, and it just sucks, right? Because who do you get? I mean, there's still receivers on the market. Like we just talked about Julio Jones. Injuries can be a problem, though, right? And of course, in football, that's a really big problem when it comes to consistency and injuries because it's a pretty physical game, right?
Yeah, but he's having a whole offseason to recover, and obviously the best doctors and everything are in the NFL, and well, some of them, not all of them, but you get what I mean. I think he'll be fine. But if he goes to the Green Bay, that would be interesting for sure.
Well, also had the name, of course, Antonio Brown as well, right? Which I mean, in a way, in my mind, my meme mind, the part of my mind that likes memes,
please.
Wants him to go to Green Bay.
That would be hilarious. I think that could work.
He's so good for press. He's
still a good wide receiver.
He is. He's actually good at his job.
If you just push all the stuff he's done outside of the game or anything like that, and obviously his last game with the Bucks by just like throwing all of his equipment to fans, if you take that all out of like speculation against the guy, he is a great wide receiver. Yeah. He was a main second in that playoff.
I wonder what the Bucks would have been like if he kept on.
They probably could have beat the Rams. Just saying.
All I'm saying is, Tyreek Hill, you should somehow get your way out of Kansas, man.
Oh, yeah, because now you got the TikTok star Juju Smith-Schuster and Patrick Mahomes' brother making TikToks now. The dynamic duo has returned.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
We thought it was bad this year. Like, next year's going to be way worse.
It's going to be funny because watch Arrowhead be bought out by TikTok because of this, bro.
Oh, no.
TikTok and Arrowhead.
No.
TikTok and Arrowhead.
Oh, God.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, but it's really sad to see going back to topic a little bit. Davante Adams, like, leaving Green Bay. That was, like, one of the best wide receiver quarterback duos in the league.
It's a lot of years, right? And it's a lot of history. And, of course,
But you guys couldn't get it done.
That's a combo that should have won. Like, on paper, they should have won at least 2, to be honest.
Yeah, but
I mean,
special teams,
life
man.
was like, well, I know special teams. Oh my goodness, they haven't even really done much either with the special teams.
No.
Which is kind of egging me on a bit because that should be, well, I guess now wide receiver should be your main concern, but your special teams should really be looked at because there was just some unacceptable performances some games.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not because, like, I'm not good at football. I don't play football, but it's like, you're a professional. You should be, like, competent at your job, you know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness.
Well,
want to play with it and stuff.
Devontae Adams now is with his college quarterback, Derek Carr.
You think that's most likely why he went?
It's probably a good reason. It's probably a bigger reason. And plus, it's Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
He could hang. I really hope he doesn't end up like Henry Ruggs and gets in a DUI and ends his football career. I really hope that doesn't happen. Yeah. But anyways, going back on to, I'll bring it on.
Is that pretty common with the Vegas teams?
Well,
I wouldn't know.
Some of the players last season, a lot of them got in a lot of trouble outside of the game in Vegas.
Wait, multiple?
There was a few. A lot more than there should have been. Let's just say that.
That's
it was a good idea to bring football sports teams to Vegas, eh?
Well, it's a moneymaker. It's a money, like, business-wise, yeah, but I don't know, man. If you're a coach, you're going to have to really,
Yeah, that's for sure.
Put the hammer down on that, man, because be strict with that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, I forgot. There was also another trade that happened recently with the Cleveland Browns. So, if you don't already know, the Cleveland Browns traded for Deshaun Watson. And Deshaun Watson was literally, like, picking through teams because there was Atlanta Falcons in that conversation. I believe the New Orleans Saints were. He went to Cleveland. He backed out. And Baker was pissed. They told Baker he isn't allowed to request a trade until they got Deshaun Watson back. And they gave up 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson. Wow. He hasn't played, so from what I remember, Deshaun Watson was probably a top 5 quarterback before the whole investigations happened.
The whole thing happened.
He was a top 5 quarterback in the league. And now I think his redemption year for the Browns, I really think. And the real question is, what do you do with Baker?
Well, he's gonna want to trade. He's gonna be mad though. People were like talking like this is a bad organization standard. That is that's just, I don't respect what they did with that because he should be able to teach his options and stuff. Yeah, Mayfield hasn't had the greatest time with Cleveland, but it's not like Cleveland's a team that's sustained. It reminds me of Vegas, like the Golden Knights and the hockey and the NHL because they just love to screw their players over.
Oh, they screw their players over. They don't care. Bad.
I understand it's a business, but at least have a little bit of respect to these people who make you the darn money, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's probably not a lot of very happy Browns fans until now because now they have Watson. Like there's gonna be a few that aren't because of everything personal wise. People are still gonna not like that, but there's gonna be people who are gonna go seep through it and are going to be like, yay, finally, this looks a little hopeful and stuff. Of course, there's that stigmatism though with Cleveland that they like ruining careers, so it's a bit of a meme as well. But Baker Mayfield doesn't deserve to have that kind of be treated like that, right? Like he deserves to at least be able to look in the market beforehand.
Yeah,
because now he has to. And the thing is though, well, you might be able to get more though. Because now that teams know they're going to ship him off, you might want to ask for more because they're going to try and Cleveland's going to probably really push to get Mayfield out, right?
Well, probably now since they got now once they got Deshaun Watson, they're probably going to try.
Now they're going to kind of pressure that. Teams can look at that and kind of hold back a bit and ask for a little bit more.
Yeah, that's true.
Or to their advantage and stuff. Or they have to pay a bit less. So
yeah,
pay a little
bit less. There we go. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
All right. So those are that was mostly the big news that I saw on free agency. There was a few things I did want to mention about the Cincinnati Bengals, but I'm actually going to switch over to this topic to be able to talk about it. So we're going to talk about the winners and losers of free agency. Tristan, you can agree with me, disagree with me. I'm just going to go over the teams that I think were winners or losers, and just give me your opinion. So the first team we were just talking about, winners, the Browns.
They do win.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like you're getting a top 5. I mean, allegedly, I would still say he's going to be at least top 10, right?
Yeah, top 10 for sure. And the Browns were scared me enough with Baker on it, but now that you have Deshaun Watson, they have probably a top 10 defense in the league. Their offensive line has never looked better. Wide receivers you upgraded since you got they traded for Amari Cooper from the Cowboys, which I thought was a really weird trade decision by the Cowboys themselves. So you have the wide receiver core for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
You have the line for him. You have a great defense on one side, and your run game is Nick Chubb, and he's like a top 5 running back in the league. Cleveland, you're looking scary. Stop it. I don't want that.
No, how about they stop ruining careers?
Well, I guess...
Actually perform to what you're supposed to be.
Yeah, so I completely think they're a winner in this situation. So I'm actually going to go back and forth. Now I'll just go all winners.
Yeah,
I'll just do what I'm doing. Then right after, I have the Bills.
The Von Miller thing just was an automatic W.
Yeah, because...
they're going to be terrifying now. Oh my goodness. Like I said, a lot of tables will be broken next season.
Yeah, I think after last season, one of their things they really had to work on was the defense, and especially the pass rush, because I think that kind of killed them.
Yeah.
And having a guy like Von Miller as a linebacker, as a pass rusher, oh my God, they're going to be deadly, especially with how they are corner and safety-wise lately. It's insane. So I think they are a winner in this situation for sure. The next team I had also is the Broncos.
Well, they just win. No, they're...
No.
They're looking really... Oh, man, they're looking terrifying.
Oh, yeah, especially...
End of the day,
we mentioned this in the last NFL episode, and we already mentioned the Broncos already look like a scary team, and they obviously went out and got a few more assets for Russell Wilson. It's just looking deadly for the Broncos and most of the AFC West. And speaking of the AFC West, we have the Raiders right behind them.
I mean... I'm crying in the club right now, man.
You're crying over there.
Raiders and Chargers. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, they're also a winner in this situation.
Oh, Chargers are easily a winner. I mean, J.C. Jackson,
Khalil Mack. They probably have like a top 5 defense, and they still have Herbert, and the Raiders still have Derek Carr. They upgraded the wide receiver core. Oh my God, both teams. The whole AFC West looks like a contender. It's terrifying.
It is an offensive slaughterhouse.
Yeah, the whole AFC itself is just stacked. I look at the NFC compared to the AFC, not even fucking close. Wow.
It's just like the NHL with East and West. East is not even close to be as... Oh no, so the West isn't even as close as good. Like, there are some great teams and on each division, of course. Nothing compares to one side that's like completely stacked and like... Dude, that's crazy though. Some teams aren't going to make it because of that.
Yeah.
And they're going to deserve it. That's just not fair.
Yeah, for sure. And the final team that I have on this list is the Bengals, just because they went and got themselves an O-line.
Well, that was their biggest problem.
That was their biggest problem.
And we saw that in the Super Bowl. We saw that in their other playoff matches. Nothing as crazy, of course, because they won them.
Yeah.
Right? And so, you can thank your Jamar Chase catches and stuff for that.
Yeah, for sure.
And your McPherson
kicks.
Clutch kicks. But other than that, Bengals definitely they fixed their problem. Well, it's nice to know that the manager actually knows what he's doing.
But I don't get why. Okay, so I was mad. I'm not mad, but I was a little bit disappointed we got rid of CJ. I'm surprised we didn't sign him back, but he went to the Jets. However, we got a really good tight end in, I can't remember his last name, but it's Hayden. He was a first-round pick in 2017, and he looks like a really good tight end that could be good for Joe Burrow.
Well, that's good.
But why on earth would you sign Eli Apple again? Why? That was the one thing I saw when it popped up. I'm like, just why?
That was like probably the most meme thing.
Yeah, literally. Just like, you started off so well. You got 2 really good offensive linemen. You got another tight end, and you signed back Bobby Hill. But then you just go out and get Eli Apple.
I can't even remember what the cap hit was, but it wasn't even that like. Oh, okay, it's not that bad. It was like
it was $7 million.
That money could still go to somewhere else, but
I'm just, it kind of made me mad to see that. But again, I'm not completely.
I just think like I said, I think the Bengals are fine. They fixed their main problem.
True.
And that's what they needed to. That was their target for the offseason, and it's already been completed. So maybe if a few more stuff. You know what? It's probably good to have.
I would add one more offensive lineman.
To trading to get younger prospects, because with Burrow growing, we have to remember the dude's in his second year. What was in his second year?
And he brought him to a Super Bowl.
So they're still young.
Yeah.
So is Jamar Chase, right?
So
your core is still very young.
I think the average age for that team right now is 25.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it's
crazy. Well, compared to like the Rams, for example, right?
The Rams.
Well,
Yeah, I guess the
older,
Rams
but
will probably be like 28, 29.
Stafford's just passing his prime, just right.
Yeah, and he just got a huge ass extension
So,
for 160 mil. Holy moly. Yeah, so that's who I have for winners. Did you think I missed anyone out on the winners?
Yeah, the Broncos were the biggest one in my opinion. The Raiders, of course. The Chargers, I just saw a lot of deals that were solid. Nothing too crazy, nothing too what the heck, just solid. Like,
solid,
you know what?
pickups.
Now you're gonna be in that race with the rest of the teams in your division.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. For me, the losers, I don't know, the Cowboys.
Oh,
Amari Cooper, I don't know, man.
I don't know
they
what
like
the
giving
Cowboys were doing.
They for losers, by the way. They're like Manchester United in the Premier League for soccer. They like just giving money out like it's charity case, man. Like I don't know if they actually have a plan in place for what they're doing with their team, but it's like
so if
at least retool if that's your plan.
I don't even know. So if I excuse
you.
Sorry about that. If I look at the Cowboys right now, they were in the situation with they traded Amari Cooper, they got him out, and they sent him to Cleveland. I think I get it because you have CeeDee Lamb and you still have Chris Godwin as your two wide receivers. So maybe it was a better idea to get Cooper out, but still, it's a little bit risky. Then you try getting Randy Gregory, their defensive end. They signed him. He backed out of the deal and went to Denver.
Yep.
He backed out of the deal and said, no, I'm going to Denver instead.
There was another player who did that, which we know I'm going to get to later when I talk about the other teams that I think who lost. But
yeah.
Do you want me to keep talking about the other ones that I had?
I don't have much more to say about the Cowboys. So what about you? Just
I was going to say as well before, just a quick whatever to Miami. The Dolphins didn't really do anything, and they really need to fix a lot of their pieces. I think their offense is lacking, but
I don't even know what the heck they're like doing. I don't know if they are rebuilding still, if they're trying to retool.
Weird.
It's like that team is so weird to me because Tua looks like a really promising quarterback, but then he just kind of like he's on and off.
There's just no
injuries.
There's no splash. But I was hearing Dolphin fans and they're all like, "Come on, let's make a bit of a splash." No pun intended. Dolphins. And there's nothing. But besides that, I was going to say the Packers, Ravens, and Falcons. Okay, so the reason why I say Packers is because you don't have a
wide receiver
right now, tandem right now. So you're going to have to fix that. If you fix it, if you go out in a few weeks from now and get something decent, I can change that, but that really is a big loss. I mean, getting Rodgers back is the W, and you get like Tanyan back and all that, but you also lose Zadarius Smith. So there's two L's there. Those are two pretty decent L's. Zadarius Smith, losing him is not as crazy as Devontae Adams, but it's still a big
defensive loss.
It's still a bit of a shot to the leg, right? And
it's
funny we talked about Zadarius Smith because I'm also saying the Ravens were an L too.
I saw that. I know what you're talking about exactly.
His contract is supposed to go to the Baltimore Ravens, and he denies the darn thing. That's an L, man. Ravens fans were literally on suicide watch that day. I'm just reading the comments, man, and these guys
they were so mad.
I don't blame you, man. That is the biggest cock tease, man. Like, that's unfortunate.
Just even with the Ravens not doing that, the AFC North still looks scary, especially with the Browns getting Watson and Lamar Jackson's coming back next season. The Bengals they already looked like a Super Bowl contender decently now because they got a line and Eli Apple's still there. But anyways, yeah, it's looking scary for sure. One team. Okay, there was 3 teams on here that I quickly just wanted to mention for the losers. Yeah. And they're the the Patriots, the Colts, and the Falcons. They also haven't done much.
I agree with the Falcons, yeah.
The Pats, so the Patriots, didn't sign J.C. Jackson back, and they lost a lot of key pieces. And I'm like, why? You guys looked like an actual decent contender for something, unless Belichick is going full rebuild with Mac, and that even seems a little bit absurd. But again, it was very shocking for them to see them do nothing. And then I looked at the Colts. They literally traded Carson Wentz, and that was it. I didn't see truly anything big coming from them, which was really shocking because they're literally, I think the Colts are like a quarterback away from being a true contender and maybe get a wide receiver.
Yeah, and it feels kind of like a tree living offseason where it's like you don't do anything. You're like, you got to do it, man. Time's running out.
Well, I guess we'll have to see what he does this offseason.
Exactly. Sorry. I was also going to say this. It just came to my mind before I lose it, but you remember Calgary Stampeders legend Alexander Singleton?
Yeah.
Well, who was on the Eagles, but he signed with the Broncos.
Hell yeah!
So
good for him.
That's pretty cool, man. I gotta say, shout out to Alex Singleton. That was fun.
That was sick. The
Stamps team 3 years ago was fun to watch.
Oh, especially with him at linebacker. Yeah. Oh, he was great for us. But I'm happy he's making a good NFL career so far. So, and then the last team I also had on here that was bugging me was the Falcons because there was a lot of talk they were going for Deshaun Watson, and then they obviously backed out of it for some reason. And I didn't see any big moves out of them because I thought they were retooling a bit, but now I think they're just going full rebuild.
Yeah, well, the thing with the Falcons, too, is I was going to add, and I forgot to talk about it before, was if the Falcons did get Deshaun Watson, Leonard Fournette and Jarvis Landry and A.J. Green would have went to the team.
Well, that's a wide receiver core right there.
So, just imagine, that would be a pretty good pickup. I'm just saying, like that.
And then you also Falcons have Kyle Pitts as tight end. Damn, they only have to fix their defense. Aww.
Literally, if that happened,
you have one job.
That would have. That would probably been the talk of the. That would have probably been the talk of the whole offseason, just because, of course, the Deshaun Watson thing is a big thing, but plus you get like these three names into that running coming into your team.
Yeah, for sure.
That is a big W. That's unfortunate. That's just. It just wasn't meant to be. Lindholm scored, by the way. It's 4-0 for the Flames.
Hell yeah. Gotta love still talking about hockey during a football podcast. I love it. No, so there was one final team I also had on here for losers. And, okay, to be honest, I don't truly see them as a loser here. It's just I don't see them winning at all either. And it's the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, okay.
And I see them pick up these players. And they're not like all-star players. They're very mediocre, just above average. It's upgrades to their team for sure. But dude, they overpaid the crap out of some of these players. It was insane to be like pop-up. Jacksonville signed like Kristen Kirk for like 30 to 40 mil, and I'm like, that's a bit much. And then I see them keep going and going, and they spend like so much money in the off. Good for them. They had like the most money in the offseason to spend, but I think they just didn't get the right players they wanted.
That can be kind of dangerous sometimes, because you have so much money, you feel like you have a bit more leeway, but then you end up overpaying these players, and then it kind of hurts you in the end.
Yeah, but honestly, it's upgrades for Trevor Lawrence because Trevor Lawrence was the first overall pick. He played his first year. He didn't play that great, obviously, because the team was just not great overall, and I'm not blaming him. It's a first-year rookie, not surprising. But I still think, you upgraded it, but you could have done better. Yeah. And that was the disappointing part, in my opinion.
I was also going to add, too, not with the Jags, just another team. What do you think about that Kirk Cousins signing? Vikings
Kirk
fans
Cousins
don't
extension?
Extension, yeah.
Oh, the 1 year?
Vikings fans don't seem really happy. I don't know what
Kirk Cousins isn't a bad quarterback, though. Okay, he's
just a really bad season.
He's not a top 10 quarterback in the league. That's obvious. But he gets hated on a little bit more than he should, in my opinion. Because I've seen the plays he makes. He still makes good plays.
That's a very sports fan thing to do, though.
To hate on a player,
and then say he leaves, they're probably gonna be like, "I miss you, Cousins." Yeah, you know what I mean? Because who are you gonna replace?
Kirk Cousins, I honestly wasn't that surprised when I heard Kirk Cousins got the 1 year extension. Was not surprised.
It's only 1 year, and that's the thing. I didn't even know that for the longest time because the way I'm hearing it, I'm like, "Do you got to get signed for 5 or 6?" People were going off. It was like the end of the world. I'm like, dude, no, like it's okay. Like I mean, like I said, I don't know too much about Minnesota, and I know they have some troubles right now, and I guess just fans think they need to change the scenery with the quarterback. But it's probably more to do with your offense than just.
I wouldn't even say that because, like, Minnesota also dealt with many injuries last year. There was tons of injuries, and COVID was a big factor as well because he had to take out players. Because Kirk Cousins couldn't even play the last game, like the very last regular season game that decided if they made playoffs or not. Kirk Cousins couldn't play because of COVID protocol. And they reversed in the Packers. That could have been like one of the biggest starting games before playoffs. So it would have been nuts.
How are you gonna get mad at that? Like this happens.
Vikings fans would have been pissed because it's just COVID protocol. But what can you do, right? But
exactly.
I think it's hard to say. I think Vikings will look a lot better this year if they improve the defense a bit more. Because your offense, you have Dalvin Cook, who's a like top 5 running back in the league. You have Justin Jefferson, that looking like a potential top 5, top 10 wide receiver in the league, and you still have Kirk Cousins back there that can still make plays he needs. And obviously most of your teams come back from injury, and I think you look in a lot better spot for Vikings for sure. Because they could be in contention with Green Bay for making first in the NFC.
Well, especially
what division is your team in? Do you know yet? Do you know well enough what division? Because it's NFC North?
It's North.
It's North? Yeah. So, honestly, yeah, I think the Vikings look like a lot better situation than a lot of people think they are. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. And Tristan, I've run out of things.
I'm trying to remember if there's anything else that kind of intrigued me. I think we got most of the things. Like I said, the Von Miller one really caught my eye.
Devontae Adams and Deshaun Watson
the Adams
caught my eye.
That Julio Jones as well. Of course, Smith-Schuster as well, and yeah, I mean, we really got everything.
Yeah, perfect. Wow, that's pretty good.
But hey, there's gonna be more stuff, so we're gonna have to definitely do another NFL offseason video because there's gonna be signings.
There's gonna be more signings. Maybe we'll think of more segments, and maybe we'll give out lists for like top 10, top 20 quarterbacks and positions in the league. We'll maybe do a little bit of fun things with it. But I think that's where we're going to wrap it up for NFL episode 3, Tristan. Do you want me to take it away?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, boys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. We are trying really hard to try to get to more visual, but it's just hasn't been working our way lately. And I hope you guys still like, subscribe, and comment what you guys think on our videos. It would be much appreciated. And Tristan, I think I might end this off with you.
Perfect. Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening. If you have any recommendations for us, just be sure to leave a like and drop a comment in the comment section below. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure to download it. And yeah, I mean, there's going to be more.
A lot more.
A lot more. A lot of talking. So if you like this, make sure to also follow us on Instagram as I plug everything that we also do. Buzzsprout as well. If you use Buzzsprout, we also use that. So check us out on all those platforms. And hey, thank you guys so much for listening. And we will talk to you again later.
Bye-bye.